What is something that business owners should not do when it comes to their taxes?
Making sure that the business owner, if it's your business, you have custody of your bookkeeping. What does that mean? That means you are the admin on the book. So recently, Camilo, who's our senior tax advisor, and myself were working with a client who was very frustrated. He felt like his past accountant wouldn't give him the information he needed, and he was worried that the books were actually not properly reflected in the tax returns. So we told this client, hey, we need to get access to the QuickBooks that you use. Well, let me ask my accountant. And we both were like, well, why do you need to ask your accountant? Shouldn't you just be able to send us an accountant invite?
Right.
He said, no, the accountant set that up for me. So, that didn't sound great to us. It's like, okay, I can see an accountant wanting to create books for a client that doesn't have any, but ultimately it should be the business owner's account, not the accountant. What ended up happening was the accountant refused to give us an accountant invite. And initially he was telling the client, I already gave them access. I don't know what the deal is. And so it just became my word against his, until finally I was able to show this client, hey, I don't have access. Well, we finally got limited access to only the financial reports. It's like, well, I want to actually see the reconciliations. I want to see what you're categorizing. I want to see the banks that are connected.
Yeah.
And he refused to give it to us. He said, no, these are my working papers. And it put the client in a really rough spot where he had to decide to just start from ground zero. Now, he's probably going to go pursue legal action against the accountant because it was really unethical. And, we also threatened to report him. This guy was not a CPA, he was an EA, and he came back kind of deflecting, saying, no, you need to, I'm in no wrong here. These are our QuickBooks accounts. So long story short is make sure you are the admin, not the accountant. At the end of the day, every business owner has the right to remove us, has the right to remove anybody else from their account because it's their business, not ours. And they have the right to add somebody else too for a second opinion.